Hello world! Today I will be reviewing Black Swan. This is Darren Aronofsky's fifth feature-length film, and it was released in 2010 to great success. It managed to pick up $330 million at the box office with a budget of $13 million. And it also managed to get 4 Academy Award nominations, one for picture, with a win for Natalie Portman in the Best Actress category. And I've got to say, I've had a pretty deep relationship with this movie. I mean, I remember when I was just a wee little chick. But anyway, enough about me. We're here to talk about Black Swan. So, let's do it. This movie is an incredible work, in my opinion, because it manages to tackle some very interesting themes while maintaining a very high level of entertainment value. I mean, this movie makes me laugh uncontrollably at times, and it can make you scared too, or, shocked. And even if you don't have that sense of humor that makes the earlier parts so funny to me, it's still a very wild ride. We follow Nina, a young ballerina who's trying to reach the top of her dance company, but in doing so, she becomes crazy, striving and doing everything she can to become perfect. And I just have to say that, everyone knows Natalie Portman is freaking brilliant in this movie. I mean, she really showcases the innocence of her character, the loss of innocence of her character, the delusion, the descent into madness. And there are a lot of scenes in this movie where she has to, in a way, just endure so much pain as an actor, and she pulls it off. She really does. She's surrounded by a pretty neat cast. I mean, Vincent Cassel is along for the ride, Mila Kunis is on board. Winona Ryder is here. If you're a Stranger Things fan, have no fears because Joyce Byers is here. Also, her mother is played by Barbara Hershey. And every element of this movie is just really perfectly put together, in my opinion, by Darren Aronofsky. The close-ups that he uses on the actors, and especially Natalie Portman, really just showcases her abilities to really play with the psychological aspects of her character as well as the physical ones. And they work even better, in my opinion, when they're, the close-ups on the large dance sequences, when we're just seeing the anguish and emotion in Natalie Portman's face while she is performing, while in the background we can see all the other dancers as well and their costumes. And there are some close-ups towards the end of this movie that are absolutely frightening. I don't even need to explain it. I'm sure if you've seen the movie, you know. Like, there's one scene in particular towards the end where Natalie Portman is just, doing her thing. She's performing, but she's also transforming. And she's frightening. I mean, her eyes are just piercing. But I also want to give credit where credit is due and acknowledge the actual dancer who did most of the actual dancing in this movie, Miss Sarah Lane. Look her up, made for an interesting Oscar season scandal. And about those dance sequences, I mean, they're pretty freaking incredible. I mean, where this movie beats out other movies that he has, like Requiem for a Dream, in my opinion, is that it just has a level of rewatchability because the backdrop of the movie is just very enthralling. I mean, the subject matter of Requiem for a Dream being people struggle with addiction is very interesting, and it's edited in a way that is, pretty exciting. But some of the images in that movie and just the subject matter in general can be so brutal and gritty at times, leaves you only wanting to watch it once. But Black Swan, however, being, about showcasing this ballet company, really makes you want to watch it over and over again because these dance sequences and the production scenes are really just so much fun. And the production design in this movie, from the costumes to the set of the stage, is just so interesting. I mean, Natalie Portman's swan dresses and all the other girls, and especially the bad guys in the movie, very, very cool. Very, very cool. And along with that, I have to acknowledge one of my favorite parts of this movie, which pretty much goes along with the rest of Darren Aronofsky's movies, what they do in post-production, the editing, the VFX, the sound design, because there are so many moments in the movie where not only when she's transforming, but when Natalie is dancing even, and you can see her arms flapping when she performs, you don't hear her per se, but you hear the beating wings of this great bird like soaring through the wind, and when she breathes it shudders in a way that just creates this really horrifying image of the Black Swan. And this application of these animalistic traits to the human or the objects in this movie are just so interesting to me, and it's something that Darren Aronofsky does that I actually really like. Like in Requiem for a Dream, for example, there's a scene I remember when there's a fridge and the fridge is like making lion roaring noises, and it's pretty incredible. Because I am on a surrealism binge right now. I mean, I'm obsessed with it. I can't get enough of it, and I'm planning on watching maybe some Lynch or something. But anyway, thematically, Black Swan is actually an incredibly simple movie, but I feel like that simplicity adds to its accessibility in a way. I mean, you can really tell when watching this movie that it's the execution of it, the performances and the direction and the VFX that just make the movie very entertaining. I mean, the simple themes may limit the amount of time that the movie will sizzle on your forehead like bacon, but at the end of the day, no matter who you are, you'll probably have a very fun time watching this movie. It's a movie that seems to be liked by, I don't know, everyone, because it's just so entertaining and exciting. And a lot of the elements in the movie with the surrealism and things like that just serve to really keep you guessing as to what's really going on, which is something that I like so much about that tool in storytelling, is that it can really make you question what's reality, what's going on here, you know what I mean? But it's done in a way that's very simple and easy to follow. And overall, when I think of Black Swan, I just think of so many different things. Like, I think of absurd comedy, horror, suspense, but also just beauty in the dance sequences. Overall, Black Swan, I'd say, is an absolutely excellent movie that took the world by storm, and I can recommend you let it take you by storm as well. If you haven't seen the movie yet, go check it out. It's a very fun movie, very exciting, very entertaining, because it most likely will. I mean, it's an incredibly fun movie. But not fun in like the ha-ha kind of way. Fun in like the what's going on kind of way. But only if you're old enough, because this movie does tackle some mature themes. So yeah, adhere to the ratings. Ask your parents' permission. So yeah, go check it out. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I'd like to ask, are you a fan of Darren Aronofsky? Are you not a fan of Darren Aronofsky? I also decided to opt out of the hat this video just to try something different in favor of Black Swan. I got my birdie here, which honestly might seem really random when watching this video, but hopefully But anyway, I also have a letterbox if you're interested. You can follow me there if you're interested to see everything that I'm watching, and you might get a heads up on a video idea, and you can talk to me more directly. Speaking of which, let me know in the comments, what movies do you want to hear me talk about? Thank you so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.